Millions of boomers are selling their businesses, but many are finding the process harder than expected. What was supposed to be a simple handoff is turning into years of waiting, stressful negotiations, and disappointing offers. There's $10 trillion tied up in these companies, yet the market isn't keeping pace. Younger buyers often lack the money, skills, or motivation to step in, leaving many boomer businesses for sale sitting with no takers. Here are the biggest reasons a typical boomer business for sale isn't moving, and why it's changing retirement plans for an entire generation. But before we go any further, yes, this is an AI voice, but a real person wrote this. I earned my financial freedom, and I'm not doing this for money. I don't like narrating videos, so I use an AI voice. Ignore that the voice is AI. The video is worth it. Check out the full details by visiting the link in the description. Number 1. Boomer dominance in business ownership. The U.S. Census Bureau's 2022 annual business survey found that 52.3% of business owners are 55 or older, with nearly a quarter over 65. Unlike big corporations with clear succession plans, small business owners often assume they'll find a buyer when the time comes. That's not happening. Instead of a seamless transition, boomer businesses for sale are sitting on the market for years, owners are working longer than planned, and the economy is bracing for the fallout of millions of unsold businesses. Number 2. Wealth in transition. Selling a business isn't just about handing over the keys. It's about transferring wealth, and we're talking trillions of dollars at stake. More than 12 million businesses are expected to change hands soon, but finding buyers who have both the interest and financial means isn't easy. Traditional financing options don't always support these deals, and many younger buyers don't have the cash reserves or credit history to make a competitive offer. That means a lot of boomer owners are sitting on valuable assets they can't unload. Number 3. Service industry highlight. It's not just niche businesses struggling to find buyers. Critical industries, plumbing, electrical work, HVAC repair, are also in trouble. These are essential services, yet younger generations aren't jumping in. The reason? These jobs require skills that take years to build, and fewer people are interested in trades. The end result? Boomers looking to retire can't find someone to take over, and the service industry faces a growing labor shortage. Number 4. Complexity of the sale process. Selling a business isn't like selling a car. There are paperwork, financial due diligence, legal hurdles, and negotiations that can stretch for months. Many boomers never sold a business before, so they underestimate how complicated it can be. Buyers want transparency, clear financials, and a structured transition plan. If an owner isn't prepared for that level of detail, deals stall or collapse. Number 5. Lack of family interest. A lot of boomer business owners assumed their kids would step in when the time came. That hasn't happened. Many younger family members grew up watching their parents work long hours, deal with constant stress, and sacrifice vacations and weekends to keep the business afloat. That's not exactly an inspiring sales pitch. Instead, they've chosen careers with better work-life balance, leaving parents scrambling to find outside buyers for their boomer businesses for sale. Number 6. Different career aspirations. Boomers built their careers in a world where running a small business was the American dream. Today's younger generation sees things differently. They're drawn to tech, remote work, and jobs that promise flexibility. Running a brick-and-mortar business with employees, overhead, and endless responsibilities? Not as appealing. This generational shift in career goals means boomer-owned businesses aren't attracting the same enthusiasm they once did. Number 7. Lack of relevant skills in family. Even if a younger family member wanted to take over, they might not have the skills to do it. Many boomer-owned businesses require hands-on expertise that takes years to develop. Think construction, auto repair, or manufacturing. The next generation didn't grow up learning these trades, and most aren't interested in starting from scratch. That leaves owners with a tough choice. Train a successor who may not stick around or attempt to sell to an outsider who may not understand the business. Number 8. Perception of low profitability. Younger buyers are skeptical. They look at these businesses and see outdated models, narrow profit margins, and industries that aren't as lucrative as they used to be. Compared to high-growth startups or tech-driven opportunities, a family-owned business can seem like a risky bet. Many potential buyers worry they'll be taking on a business that requires significant investment just to stay competitive, and they're not willing to take that chance. Number 9. Lifestyle incompatibility. Owning a business isn't a 9-to-5 job. It's long hours, weekends, and constant problem-solving. Many younger people value flexibility and time off more than previous generations. The idea of working around the clock, dealing with employees, and stressing over payroll isn't exactly selling well. For boomers who spent decades grinding, this shift in mindset is frustrating. They built businesses with the expectation that hard work leads to success. But for younger buyers, success looks different. More freedom, fewer headaches, and a clear separation between work and personal life. Number 10. Outdated business models. Many boomer-run businesses operate the way they always have. That worked for years, but in today's market, outdated practices stand out. Some don't have an online presence, still rely on paper records, or haven't adapted to modern customer expectations. Buyers don't just want a business, they want one positioned for the future. If a company needs a complete overhaul just to stay competitive, interest drops fast. Many potential buyers don't have the time or resources to modernize an operation that's stuck in the past. Number 11. Lack of succession planning. Boomers didn't always plan for an exit. Some assumed they'd sell when the time felt right, but without a clear strategy, the transition becomes messy. Buyers don't want to step into chaos. They want organized records, a clear financial picture, and a plan for how they'll take over. Without that, deals fall apart. Instead of a smooth sale, owners are left holding on to businesses they no longer want or running them past retirement age because there's no easy way out. Number 12. Geographical constraints. A lot of these businesses aren't in big cities. They're in small towns and rural areas, places younger buyers aren't eager to settle in. The problem isn't just location, it's opportunity. Many younger professionals want access to diverse job markets, networking opportunities, and amenities they can't find in smaller towns. Convincing them to take over a business often means convincing them to move, and that's a hard sell. Number 13. Emotional attachment. Boomers spent decades building these businesses. They don't just see them as assets, they see them as legacies. That emotional tie makes selling tough. Some set unrealistic prices, convinced the business is worth more than what buyers see on paper. Others struggle with the idea of handing it over to someone who might change things. This attachment slows down deals, creates tension in negotiations, and sometimes leads to businesses staying in limbo because owners can't bring themselves to let go. Number 14. Valuation gaps. What an owner thinks a business is worth and what the market is willing to pay are often two very different numbers. Boomers look at years of work, sweat equity, and sacrifices. Buyers look at cash flow, growth potential, and risk. That gap in expectations leads to frustration on both sides. Sellers hold out for numbers they won't get, and buyers walk away, looking for a better deal elsewhere. Number 15. Fear of change. Many boomer-owned businesses still operate with older systems, long-term employees, and a way of doing things that hasn't changed in decades. For buyers, that can be intimidating. Modernizing a business requires investment, and not everyone wants to take on a company that needs a complete makeover. Some buyers hesitate because they see the challenge of updating an operation that's been running the same way for years. Number 16. Economic uncertainty. Buying a business is a major financial commitment. In a world where inflation, interest rates, and market fluctuations create constant uncertainty, some buyers hesitate. They don't want to invest in something that could become a burden if the economy shifts. Boomers selling their businesses face a tougher market because buyers are being more cautious about where they put their money. Number 17. Private equity competition. It's not just individuals looking at these businesses, private equity firms are in the mix too. They have more money, more resources, and the ability to close deals fast. Individual buyers struggle to compete with that. A boomer looking to sell might get offers, but if private equity groups are snapping up businesses, smaller buyers get pushed out. That leaves a lot of potential owners unable to make a deal work. Number 18. Family businesses and legacy issues. For some boomers, it's not just about selling, it's about keeping the business in the family. That's where things get complicated. Some kids feel obligated to take over, even if they don't want to. Others refuse outright, leading to tension. Family businesses come with emotional baggage, making the transition harder than a simple sale. If owners prioritize keeping the business in the family over finding a qualified buyer, they risk holding on to an operation that no one really wants. Number 19. Market saturation. Some industries are just crowded. If a business is in an oversaturated market, think small retail shops, local service providers, or franchise-heavy industries, it's harder to sell. Buyers see too much competition and not enough room for growth. Unless a business has something unique to offer, standing out is tough. That makes selling more challenging, especially in fields where margins are already thin. Boomers' business reality. Boomers built businesses that powered the economy, but selling them isn't as easy as they expected. Across the country, boomers selling businesses are realizing that timing, buyers, and market shifts make retirement far more complicated. The market is changing, and businesses that don't adapt are left sitting unsold. Some owners are holding out for the perfect deal, while others are struggling to let go. Either way, time isn't on their side. The future of these businesses depends on who's willing to step up, or if they'll fade away with the generation that built them. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget the link in the description.